Was I wrong? Am I actually liquidated on my late loan? What is happening with the market? Are we dumping? Altcoins are not going higher? What should you be doing currently? Today, I will tell you why. This is the time, this is one of these very, very small amount of times where you actually need to buy the dip, buy the correction at this stage. Probably by the time of this video it will be obvious, but at this stage it's not this obvious. We'll also go through Ethereum better place. I will suggest you a list of several altcoins to buy or loan at this stage that I think will be doing quite nicely. And we'll also go through the situation with memecoins. I will explain one more time why memecoins are dead, why they're going to long consolidation, and why you should not be buying weakness. You should be buying strength. Strength are altcoins at this stage, and you are very, very early at this stage, especially in this current correction. Without further ado, let's start. First of all, I wanted to start with my late Mavia loan. As I told you yesterday, I entered at $2.23 on Mavia loan yesterday. Kinda was greedy in the hindsight. Right now, I'm down $16,000, as you can essentially see here, and the margin is $35,000. It's quite interesting that my first liquidation point was 2.03. I added margin, it was 1.88, and I added margin to make it 1.8384. Main reason for this, I will explain a bit later. I think it's a very, very important one. The reason I'm sharing this is because I know that some of you guys might be underwater on these longs. And listen to me, the largest mistake that you will want to do very, very bad things to yourself further in the cycle is to close your altcoin loans currently. Hold into your altcoin loans currently. I know it might be coming a bit late and maybe you already closed the loans, but please hold your altcoin loans. This is very important. These are the longs of your lifetime. These are the longs of the cycle. If you would be able to hold them through this correction and they will reach the levels where there would be a very, very low chance of them essentially getting liquidated, it would mean that you would be able to hold these longs through the whole cycle. And altcoins are not meme coins. They will be growing through the whole cycle as well. This is very important. Very important out there. So I'm just waiting. I'm down $16,000 at this stage. I wanted, to be honest, to take a nap instead of recording this video, but I still decided to essentially record it beforehand, right? So don't feel anything, don't feel any fear at this stage. If I will get liquidated, let it be. I don't think so at this stage, and let us discuss the reason why I don't think I will actually get liquidated on this loan. Main reason for the fact that I don't think I will actually get liquidated on this loan is essentially the thesis with which I was entering this loan in the first place. We definitely can see a very, very interesting area, this one on Mavia. We can see that we touched it right here, we got rejected heavily, we touched it here second times, we get rejected heavily. Here we broke through it. The main reason for the fact we broke through it is and was because we already played it out currently on the chart. So we already rejected it from 2 times. I do expect that a lot of people actually were expecting that right here we would also be not rejecting but just continuing, but we rejected it anyway, right? We went back up and it's just default thing on the chart. We're coming back to retest this area, which we touched it once, which tells me that we probably should not be touching it second time. There is a high chance we're going lower, which means that all these altcoin pumps is a scam, crypto is a scam, Ethereum is not moving anywhere, BTC is just moving down, it all was an exit pump and we are back into meme coins. I don't think that this is something that will be happening. So the thought process that I was essentially longing this thing with is that I'm longing at these levels. I don't understand that, like, we had a huge funding at that stage, we had huge FOMO, huge fear and greed index at these levels as well, right? But I did understand that we should not be touching this level second time, because if we touch, this is the invalidation of my whole thesis. This is invalidation of the alt season. This is the invalidation of the bull structure for this altcoin market at this stage. Kinda my liquidation point was quite aggressive, 2.03 at this stage, but I was able to add margin. At this stage, I do not think we should be going lower, because again, this would be the breakout of the structure, and it just means that nothing is happening with alts currently at this stage. I honestly expect this to continue, and I'm also expecting this, essentially seeing the chart of SUI, seeing the chart of some alts out there as well. They should just continue to surge up. Very interesting piece of alpha that I essentially wanted to share as well is something that I think you have to understand and to see on the chart of Ethereum out there, because yesterday I've seen a crazy thing happening. So when we broke through this high, when we broke through $3,500 on Ethereum, and we went up to $3,550, it was a very, very quick move out there, a quick surge up on the range of assets. And I also see like Mavia in this time frame, it went from $2 to $2.36. It happened in less than an hourly candle. It essentially happened like in 30 minutes or something, which is crazy. A range of assets on Ethereum ecosystem started to move. And this is a crazy thing because like this fast move, it only can mean two things. First, probably bots are buying because of the fact that they're seeing this, the setup, and they're essentially taking advantage of this setup. And secondly, large capital, from my point of view, is entering as well. Because what large capital? There is so much large capital at this stage. In Bitcoin especially, so large. They are waiting for the confirmation. They don't want to like be buying the breakout here, so they get rejected somewhere there, and nothing is happening. Nah. They are waiting for the confirmation out there. We're still in uptrend on Ethereum. And if these levels would essentially sustain, this would mean that currently is exactly the time to be entering this thing, is exactly the time to learn, is exactly the time to actually be buying on spot Ethereum as well. I do think we should be seeing continuation of the alt season and continuation of alt surging higher. And this is just a very, very, I would say, rare piece of alpha. The fact that as soon as we broke through, we had a crazy surge up on the assets out there. Something very important to check out as well is crypto funding rates. And I don't like one thing about it. I don't like the fact that BTC is 0.04 on Binance, on OKX, and on BitGet. And this actually might signalize that we might actually see a bit more pain on BTC, right? But at the same time, altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, they're doing quite well. Nothing bad is happening for them at this stage. And to be honest, currently, at this stage of the market, I stop caring about Bitcoin. I stop caring about it. I care more about altcoins. We've also have seen crazy strength from Ethereum out there. I also would want to share so you can understand crazy strength from Ethereum out there. So in order to see crazy strengths from Ethereum out there, what we have to do is we have to analyze what was the movement on BTC since the local highs till the current correction levels, 8%. What was the local move on Ethereum in the same type of setup since the local highs till the bottoms, 8% as well. And Ethereum is much lower asset in the market cap, which means that it should actually be receiving larger movements on the corrections. It's not receiving larger movement. We can also check out Solana. For all your Solana boys and Solana Memecoin holders, you can see that Solana dipped 16% out there in comparison. Ethereum is outperforming itself in comparison to it sucking heavily to BTC previously, and it's obviously outperforming Solana as well. Something interesting to check out is Ethereum to BTC chart too. I was showing this reversal right here, right, previously, and we are on the correction currently to this pumpage at this stage. Honestly, I would assess that this thing should continue to surge up as well, 100%. We had this reversal. The chart is very, very similar to the SUI chart out there. After the reversal, we just at the start of this thing. I'm not seeing us essentially going higher and then going lower again. I'm not seeing that, to be honest with you. An interesting thing I also wanted to share is the chart of Ethereum to MicroStrategy. And the interesting thing I also wanted to share is the chart of Ethereum to MicroStrategy stock out there. What we see here is that we are very, very close to the global support level. We're seeing that Ethereum is on the bottom at this pair currently. If this chart is going higher, that means Ethereum is outdoing MicroStrategy. If it's going lower, it means that Ethereum is underdoing MicroStrategy stock, right? We can see this chart at the bottom. To be honest, we should not be even like seeing like a large consolidation here because it's pair chart and we usually don't have like consolidations on pair charts, right? So like basic scenario is that we should be actually going higher from here into the top of the range. MicroStrategy is it's kind of your like leverage bet on Bitcoin in the stock market, right? This is what people are buying when they want to have exposure to BTC, but through a stock market out there. So I would expect Ethereum to start outperform BTC and MicroStrategy heavily as well. Coming back to our meme coins, before we will move further into altcoins, I will provide you with several picks. We have a channel like Crypto Banter share a list of meme coins, And along with all the situation that's happening in Pump Fund currently, and along with other large crypto influencers screaming about Memecoin super cycle, things like that, they are top P. Nothing is happening for them, 100%. They are weak currently. People still hold them and buy the dips. They will regret this heavily. I'm not seeing meme coins reversing, and with the further drop of BTC dominance, with the further confirmation of the drop on BTC dominance, I do expect much more liquidity from meme coins actually to come into alts. Way more. They are much safer. They have way better risk rewards. You don't have to manage them actively as well. You can just take a nap and you will be fine. This is crazy in comparison, right? And this is essentially like, this was my thesis through the whole year. And as usual, when the thesis is getting adopted, you're taking profits and you leave into something else that no one is talking about yet. We can also check out the movement on the chart of Apo as well. Apo is one of these memes on Ethereum, and some people might say that, yeah, like this chart is an uptrend, we will probably go like higher, we will go like a higher high and things like that, because Ethereum will be surging up as well. Honestly, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the situation is that we might go to the new high, then we will have a huge sell-off because people will understand what is happening on the marketplace. No one is your friend here on this market. And they will essentially start to sell and reposition into alts as well, and we will just print a head and shoulders on this chart, right? And we will essentially go lower, not this low, probably like somewhere around this level, and it will essentially be consolidating for quite some time, maybe slightly lower out there, because liquidity market cap ratio on Apo is not the best one out there. So this is the situation I'm seeing. If we're seeing a new highs, like 600, 700 million, however, hard to say, but anyway, I'm not seeing this happening short term first, and secondly, there is not much upside in this type of movement. There is much more upside in altcoins currently, especially with the fact that you will be able to hold them through the whole cycle, and these things, they should start, to be honest, to go into the consolidation out there. And this, I would assume, are the charts of most of the meme coins out there that actually pumped recently, right? I think that End and Blast might be doing quite well, and Bobo should essentially be catching a beat in the upcoming market movement as well. It's funny that I've seen a comment from someone like, imagine what will be happening with my meme coins when BTC dominance is finally going to break down. I think your meme coins are going to zero, to be honest. I think once BTC dominance breaks down, people would finally understand that alts are the ones that will be moving, and they will sell meme coins like crazy in no time. And like for this thing, you can check out the liquidity pools, you can check out like what's happening. Top 10 holders, each of them can drop the market cap of this thing back to like $20-30 million just by selling his back, right? So it's crazy in comparison to the situation that is happening in the marketplace. I do also like the situation in the marketplace, something that I wanted to share. Manipulator is fucking both meme boys and alt holders. It's being played beautifully. Alt holders are closing the longs out of fear. Meme coin boys are buying the dips and holding weakness. Both get wrecked with $4,000 Ethereum this week, and alts going crazy. BTC dominance is not going back up. This is my projection, but the whole thing is just crazy. Like with meme coins, people are biased to buy more, to hold. They don't understand that the party is over, and they will essentially go and consolidate for quite some time, right? They don't understand this. Like proper people, like best people in this marketplace, they kind of understood it a week ago. So for the whole week, like you're still not getting it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like a week ago, it's not that they understood it. A week ago, they already started to perform the actions of repositioning to alts. And I would even say that like best people out there, they've done it around the 4th of November time, because 4th of November was a crazy bottom for a bunch of alts and memes out there. And Solana memes, they already had their run at that time. So best people, they essentially took profits before, and they positioned into altcoins at 4th of November. I think there is a very, very small amount of people who actually did this. Not just talked about it, but they just actually did it on a nice chunk of the portfolios. But this is why they're making like all of the money, because this is just crazy move in the first place, right? So people are biased to buy weakness on meme coins, right? And meme coins are toppy, like all the alt holders who are bullish on alts through the whole bear market, through the whole correction, they're flipping to memes currently. They're trading on Dex Screener. Thank you. This is the top. Pump fund streams, largest influencers screaming meme coin super cycle, and altcoin holders capitulating into memes. Thank you, this is the top. It's just not that nice that some of my picks, they didn't appreciate the value in value much yet. So, some of them did, but I'm just waiting on the ones that didn't appreciate in value yet. I'm waiting confirmation from them moving further, although as a narrative I do believe they won't be performing that well. Outliers should definitely be doing quite nicely, and alt holders are actually biased as well. They are in fear. They get liquidated multiple times. Something that is happening currently was already kind of happening in May, where we had BTC surging up. We had a small reversal on BTC dominance. We also had a correction when BTC went down slightly and altcoins essentially held nicely. And after that, like, everything just got liquidated to zero, to shit as well, to very, very low levels, even below the accumulation levels on some of the alts right there, right? So altcoins are really hurt. Altcoin holders are really hurt. They don't want to long. They maybe take some spot. They are actually closing the longs on the run-ups as well, which is crazy. And you have to understand the size of the psyop. You have to understand how well the market maker, the manipulator, is essentially playing the current situation in the marketplace. His goal is to make sure that the smallest amount of people will essentially be making money. And even the current shakeout, I told you about the shakeout that I was expecting it closer to the Monday, right, situation right there. Shakeout is happening currently. Personally, I would say that we should be reversing from here, and maybe like we will consolidate around this area, but I would say that we should be reversing from here. We'll see what the time will bring. BTC wise, I also was setting the target of $85,000 for a correction. The situation I'm seeing currently is that we kind of should probably be going into this sideways range for BTC, right? I don't care about it currently. I really don't care about BTC right now. My thing is just stay at this level, just go back up to this high, be at like 94, 95. Let me have some fun with my altcoins. 100% the liquidity from BTC at this stage is going back into alts. It's quite interesting how this level correlates very, very nicely and very, very interestingly with the similar type of level on alts currently, like with Mavia, with essentially Blast out there. So yeah, it's actually crazy in comparison. If you want to check out Blast situation as well, it's kind of similar. Like the current levels, they're kind of similar. So we are retesting this local high at this stage. I would say that Mavia is a bit stronger in comparison, but you can also see that we at least at this stage, we got the reaction from this level. It's not strong reaction, so you would probably have to look after and see what is happening here. But again, I give you Blast first time at 0.78. So if you're long at around that time, it should be quite nice. If you are underwater with your loans, I would suggest to hold. You've just seen me holding, you've just seen me essentially adding leverage, and you've also heard my thesis. I'm holding because it's in connection with my thesis. I do plan that if we reach through my liquidity levels, through my liquidation levels, and at the same time, it's not just a week, we are really going down, we are really broken down, we are really going through these levels. From my point of view, this is the cancellation of the whole scenario, this is the cancellation of the alt season, so I will be losing money anyway, and that's why I'm essentially holding on this thing, right? Rollbit is something interesting you also might want to check out currently, but again, I do think this is the time to buy the dip. This is the correction you actually would want to be buying at this stage and longing at the same levels as well. Like if we are reversing from here, it would just mean that like currently we are actually at the craziest longs entry points currently. It's very nice at this stage, right? Because we should not be going lower these levels. We should not be going because they cancel the whole setup. And something that helps us to understand these setups are just the alts that moved out of accumulation range already. Something like Sui, XRP, Altura, you have range of them out there. These alts help us to understand what is happening on the marketplace currently. This is my overview for today. Hope it makes sense and the thought process is clear to you as well. I'm holding my alts, I'm holding my late longs, I'm holding my stuff, I'm bullish on alts, I'm bearish on meme coins short term as well. Everything except meme coins around Ethereum. I do think they will have a run, and Andy on Blast as well. And I also actually hold some of the memes on Solana too, right? So I'm holding my Vera, Bolt, and things like that, but this is not a thing. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy and rich, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.